Hey guys, it's your girl Shay from Kaoiasmakeup, and today we'll be doing a tutorial on a purple gold glitter cut crease. So if you are interested in seeing how this look turned out, please keep on watching. So I did go ahead and use the James Charles palette for this entire look. I'm starting off using the shade Cold James from that palette. I also went ahead and primed my eyelids and did my eyebrows off camera. Once I added that, I packed on this purple plum shade called Escape for maximum pigment. Once I packed on the shade Escape, I took a lighter lavender purple shade called Single, also from the James Charles palette, and I blended the plum shade out. After I was done blending out the lighter shade, I realized that I lost some of the deepness and pigment from the darker shade, so I went back and I added that plum shade once again. I'm now alternating between two brushes, one with the plum shade and the other with the lavender shade, just to make sure that everything is fully blended out and there's no harsh lines. I'm now moving on to cutting my crease. The concealer I'll be using is the Louise base in the color Romer number 3, and I'm using a small concealer brush. So the key to cutting your crease is to move really slow and take your time. You don't want to mess up with this part. Now as my base shade, I'm now taking So Good. It's basically a champagne golden type of color, also from the James Charles palette. I'm now taking that deep plum shade and I'm blending that into the gold just to make sure there's no harsh lines and it's blended. So with this step, I did go ahead and I moved my lashes out the way to apply the liner. It is a basic liner. I think the liner is from LA Colors, but the label did rub off, so I'm really not sure. Since I finished my liner, I'm now taking the NYX Glitter Glue and I'm placing it across the cut crease just to make sure and ensure that my glitter sticks and it lasts all day, so it has something to stick to. So guys, with this step, you kind of have to be careful with and play with it because everyone's eye shape is different. So with my eyes, I placed as much glitter as I felt that I needed since my eyes are small. I didn't overload my eyes, but I did place enough glitter to where I thought it was okay.
Is on the beat.
The primer I use is the NYX or the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer, and I placed that all over my face and made sure it was blended in. So the foundation I use is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, and if you know me, you know that this is my favorite drugstore foundation ever. The concealer I'm using is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Deep. And I'm just placing that under my eyes, my nose, and my chin. I went ahead with my Real Technique sponge and I blended out the concealer.
Is on the beat.
So with this next step, I took my Laura Mercier powder on my sponge and I just baked and set everything where I put the concealer. For this step, I use my foundation brush and I use the Masquerade palette by Juvias place. So I mixed the shade Ada and Bari together as my blush slash contour shade.
Is on the beat.
With the same Real Techniques brush, I'm sweeping away all the excess powder and then I'm going to blend everything together. I took that deep plum shade called Escape and I just swept that underneath my eyes. I'm adding more blush to those areas just because I felt like my face needed more color.
Dice on the beat.
I took my sponge again, and the powder that was remaining, I just placed that into my smile lines. I then took my Mario Badescu spray and I sprayed my entire face just to set all the makeup and powders in place. I took some hydrating lip oil and I placed it on my lips just to prepare myself for the lipstick that I was going to put. And after that, I lined my lips with a brown lip liner pencil, but I think that's from the dollar store, so I'm not sure of the name on it. For my lips, I did use 2 liquid matte lipsticks. So the first one was the Nicka True Matte lipstick, and that is in the color Vivid Orchid. The second color I put on top of that was from ColourPop, and that color is in the shade Sunday. As for my highlight shade, I used the Juvias Masquerade palette, and I used the shade Dahlia. I'm not sure why I used my fingers for my highlight, but my highlight came out really cute, and it was actually really weird that I did that, but you know, hey. So this is the completed look. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be leaving all the details for this video down in the description box below, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.